we have a set of sponsors who are the biggest, most respected names in the indie author space who are helping make this conference possible. The one that I am particularly looking forward to is Mark Leslie Lefebvre is going to be talking about Back to the Future, New Trends in Print Publishing for Authors. That is sponsored by Bowker. And I'm particularly interested in that because I have co-authored 2 books with Mark Leslie Lefebvre, and I have learned a ton from him with his inside perspective from both his previous work at Kobo, but now his work with Drafted Digital and the print options that Drafted Digital offers. So I am very interested in hearing what Mark has to share on the new trends in print publishing topic. How about you guys?
I'm interested in them all. I truly am, and I have seen them all, and I'm also interested to see them again. We look at them when we're preparing them for you, we look at them for different things, but I love then sitting and actually watching it and taking in the learning. My favourite is, as I was saying earlier, every year, I love the Authorpreneur session because it's the authors talking about their own lived experience and detailed things about what's made life easier and better for them. And I always come away from that session learning a lot.
If you're looking at the US, you'll see ebook at about 20% and printed book at about 30%. In countries like Japan and even in Great Britain, you're going to see that there's a significant larger number of print books. You'll even notice that throughout many, many European countries, that print books are still very, very dominant.
Now I can actually pick up my little digital recorder and go into the woods and walk trails with my dog. Another advantage, the dog gets a walk, and I can create stories out in the woods, out on a trail. And it's really been a game changer as far as my storytelling goes.
And then ultimately, I think success is building something bigger than your book. And that is going to mean something different for everyone. For me, my books are part of a grander ecosystem. So I have 2 books and I give that content away, a lot of it on booklaunchers.tv. And we will use it as we've trained bots and we've run courses and we've done so many things with those books. And ultimately it feeds into the company and the company feeds into the books.
Focus on the problem you help solve. Literacy gaps, career awareness, cultural representation, belonging, whatever. So you may say something like, I see you're leading professional development workshops for new managers. My book can support your program by providing practical frameworks and tools.
In the last 3 years, there were 24 million posts and the trend chart you see going up. And Big Book Talk is one of the most popular hashtags on the app, over 300 billion views. It's insane.
You put a headset on and then sub-vocalization. So I don't need to say out loud, I can just think it and it will pick it up. And I'm like, this could actually change the way we type. It's kind of dictation, but without speaking out loud.
As writers who produce novels, short stories, and people who produce visual media, we have the same task. And that task is to take the story consumer on an emotional journey.
Another trend that we're seeing a lot is direct-to-consumer selling. So this is where authors are selling directly to their readers. At Ingram Spark, we've launched Share and Sell in the UK and the US, and many of you will be familiar with this. This is where you can create a shoppable link that you can share on your website or your social media for readers to click through directly and buy your book from a storefront.
This is a quick stat from TechCrunch. AI referrals in July 2025 to top websites were up 357% year over year. That's crazy growth. And not just like the user adoption, but the traffic that these AI chatbots send to publishers and websites.
Diana, you partnered your poetry collection, Agri Dulce, with a fragrance. How did you choose that partner? Why did it make sense for your readership? And what benefits came out of that?
I wanted a partner that resonated with my book theme. So identity, heritage, and self-love. Also, I wanted to partner with somebody during Hispanic Heritage Month, and they're an amazing company. And so the fragrance felt natural.
We can also character interviews, which allow the characters to talk to the reader, where you can ask them anything, or you can be with them and walking through particular situations where the character can talk us through that situation. All of this bringing fiction to life.
We also actually launched a new free font, which you might have missed, but it's called Endure. And you can see a tiny example of it at the bottom right there. And this is designed to reduce page count, but while maintaining readability. So what that means is it's more sustainable. Obviously, there's less pages in your book. And less pages means lower printing costs.
Just focus on selling books. Forget all the noise. Sell more books. Focus your marketing on just getting the book out into the world, and readers will go to their library and request your book. They will go to their local independent bookstore and request your book.